What's up, guys? Tyler here. I'm gaming in moderation, basically. You can see here's my characters. We're gonna load up the Faith build here. And I decided to go ahead and continue uploading this playthrough, even though I have lost a little bit of footage here and there. Really, I just lost a little footage whenever I traveled from Firelink Shrine into Darkroot Garden and picked up the wolf ring. But I haven't lost any footage of any bosses or anything like that. Or even any leveling, I don't think. As I've said, this is going to be a strength and faith build. So our only real source for miracles early on is going to be Petrus. So we're going to have to go holla 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 at him.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Asshole. Fucking talk to me, dude.
I realize that I have requested, but I also... Here. No, go ahead.
Oh, thank you for this fucking worthless copper coin. Talk to me, dude.
Oh, I have... So what would that...
Yes!
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
So basically, in order to purchase miracles early on from Petrus, you need to go ahead and join the Way of the White Covenant.
Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
We actually don't have the souls to purchase any miracles right now, but we'll go ahead, learn this gesture. It's a pretty cool one.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm. Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
So what he's talking about there, he's talking about Ray or Rhea of the White, the Maiden. Later on, her and the rest of Petrus's party will come to Firelink Shrine. And at that point and beyond, he will sell you miracles regardless of which covenant you are in or if you are in a covenant at all. But in order to purchase miracles from him early on, you need to join up with the Way of the White Covenant. So I've got this recorded about up to the point to where I'm like in the catacombs. And I've started another character that has some like base strength. He has like about 20 strength, but then I'm mainly making him an intelligence sorcerer build. The reason that I have him with such high strength is I've got him wielding a magic bastard sword that's +4 currently. And when I started this playthrough and was recording, I hadn't played Dark Souls in a few months, so I was quite rusty. So some of the early videos from this playthrough, I'm going to be pretty rusty, out of practice and things like that. But as I said, since then I've started a new character, and I'm all the way in Anor Londo with him now, and I've got my practice back up and I'm playing a lot better. So once we get in this playthrough that I'm uploading past the catacombs, you'll definitely start to see my technique and things like that improve. We jumped down there and got a Ring of Sacrifice. That's what we picked up down there at the bottom of the bridge. Ring of Sacrifice can be useful, especially like if you're low level and you get invaded. That's a good time to pop on a Ring of Sacrifice, since you know you're likely going to die, and if you don't want to lose your souls, or if it just looks like it might be a inopportune place for you to have to backtrack to in order to pick them up, that is usually a good time to go ahead and use the Ring of Sacrifice, because there's more than one in the game. There's several around that you can utilize. Motherfucker. Watch, these motherfuckers are gonna fuck me up. Oh, damn, he almost got killed. So you guys likely just noticed a little glitch in the video. And this is what I was talking about. I made a little post in my channel feed where I talked about finding a workaround to keep me from losing footage. One thing that was happening to me was I was recording videos, and then I would go back later on and find out about 1 out of every 10 pieces of footage I had recorded was an unseekable file. I've figured out now how to avoid keep that from happening. It's actually, when I start recording, I can go and look at the time, and if the time isn't going up and the file's not getting larger, then I know that it's actually not recording, even though it says it is indeed capturing. I know it actually isn't, and I can go ahead and stop, and then start recording again, close out my video recorder, Roxio software, and then pull it back up and get it working properly. That glitch you guys just saw is when I'm actually narrating these videos, because as I've said in the past, I don't have the capabilities. I just don't have the equipment, I don't have the video editing software, I don't have a headset that's compatible or anything. I would have to get, like, I guess a microphone or something like that to actually talk and play at the same time, which I think I would probably actually do a better job if I was just talking while I was playing. But I don't have the capabilities to do that, so I have to record all of my commentary over pre-recorded gameplay. And while I am recording this voiceover track, I am watching the video that I'm recording over in a very small window. Now, what has been happening to me recently, and what has kept me from uploading more of this playthrough, and basically what has been the cause of the delay, is while I'm watching this little video and narrating over it, the video will freeze up. And I will continue my commentary, and it'll catch up with itself. And then I'll go on and finish up my commentary, and then upon review of that piece of footage, it will turn out that all of my commentary is off by a couple of minutes. So I may be toggling through my inventory on screen, but I'm talking and commentating over what I think is combat. And so what I've learned to do is whenever the video freezes up on me for a second, I can actually click stop and stop my recording, wait for the video to catch up on itself, and then resume recording. And the result from that is usually like a little glitch in the video. Some pixels will pop up across the screen. Forgive my poor attempts at parrying here. As I said, I was very out of practice when I started this playthrough. But, as I was saying, these little glitches are going to occur for a while until I can either get some more sophisticated video editing software.
Now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Or some better equipment. I don't think the Undead Merchant can sell me any video editing software. You got any microphones in there? Anything like that? No? Just Lloyd's Talisman? Alright. We're gonna buy the residence key from this fucker. So really what I wind up with at the end of this is multiple audio tracks. But it's a workaround, and it is allowing me to be able to upload videos again now that I've kind of figured out what I can do to be able to still upload footage and keep a steady stream of content going up on my channel, which is the most important thing to me. I know I don't get a lot of views, especially when I do Dark Souls, it seems, for some reason. And I think that that's likely just because there's so many much better guys out there who are doing Dark Souls videos. Guys like, you know, Dave Control Live, Ian B, and Terra Mantis, he's a good one. Although he doesn't really do Let's Plays, he's more like Bhakti Vidya kind of content. But the main thing is, you know, even if I don't get a lot of views, I'm just trying to get practice, trying to get better. And that way, maybe months down the line from now, maybe a year even down the line, I will be producing better content. As I really want to be in this for the long haul, keep making videos. And I do Dark Souls videos, even though they don't get near as many views as like when I do videos for Grand Theft Auto 5. I get tired of fucking playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I fucking don't get tired of playing Dark Souls. I don't. I don't. I love this game so much. I've got some other games. Recently I got Dragon's Dogma. I got Metro Last Light. So, if you are one of the 10 people viewing this video, let me know if you want to see any content from those games, and I'll be happy to oblige. I'm getting more into Dragon's Dogma. That game was a little weird. at first, and I didn't really know if I liked it. It seemed like options were very limited, and upon getting deeper into the game, it seems like it's starting to open up, and things are getting pretty cool with it. So I might eventually upload some content from Dragon's Dogma. And I'll likely go back to doing some Demon Souls vids at some point. One of my proudest videos on my channel is my Demon Souls 4-1 walkthrough. I feel like I did a pretty good job on that video. And I know I'm off topic, guys, but I'm just kind of talking about shit. There's not too much to say going through the Undead Burg here. But one thing I do want to touch on is the shield, okay? So earlier, whenever I started this, I started with the Cleric class. And unlike like the Bandit class, who starts with the Spider Shield, which is an absolutely pretty badass shield. It blocks like 70% of fire, 100% of physical. The Cleric, he starts off with the East-West Shield, which is a piece of shit. And it blocks like 88% of physical, something like that. So, if you start off with a trash-ass shield, you can always pick up this wooden shield here in the Burg, and it blocks like 93% of physical. It's not a great shield by any means. I mean, it's literally not a great shield, but it's not a good shield either. But really, and what we'll actually probably upgrade to here later is the heater shield that you can actually buy from the Undead Merchant, because it does block 100% of physical damage. I think part of its item description is the smallest shield that blocks 100% of physical damage. So we'll probably pick that up later after beating the Taurus Demon when we have a few more souls to spare. So the residence key that we purchased earlier from the Undead Merchant got us into this little abode here. We got in and picked up some gold pine resin. But that wasn't really the reason that we purchased the residence key. The real reason that we got it is so we can release Griggs of Vinheim whenever we get down to the lower Undead Burg. Or the, what do they call it? The, I've heard it called the slums, the slums of the Undead Burg or some shit like that before also. Knock it off, motherfucker. You want to make sure you come up here and get this motherfucker off the bean pole here. Because he'll be shooting you in the back with arrows and just making your life difficult. Jesus, man, I am sucking. That's why I talked about all that bullshit for so long. I'm trying to distract y'all from my awful playing here. Should I fuck with? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not really a good idea to go down there and fuck with those Black Knights. God dang. We'll come back and take him out later. don't remember which. He might just be a regular sword-wielding Black Knight. Like, I know the one that's up in the tower above the rats. He's a great sword-wielding Black Knight. That might just be a regular sword-wielding Black Knight, regular Black Knight sword. But if you need to farm for the Black Knight weapons, the best place to do that is the Kiln. Because none of the other Black Knights in the game respawn. So we're going to go straight up here, straight up the ladder, get these motherfuckers out of our way. God, I'm trash, man. I promise. You guys will be seeing better gameplay as this playthrough continues. Took a sip of Estes, I took a sip of my Coca-Cola. At the very same time. So we've got the Taurus demon here. And I don't even fucking like a 4 Taurus. So I'm not gonna put up with this motherfucker. And get right down here and bump him in his fucking dome. Let's fucking firebomb his ass. The firebombs rule, man. Early on, at the very beginning of the game, these firebombs, black firebombs, are crazy useful. And you can pick up 5 in the Undead Burg, and if you choose them as your starting gift, you get to start off with 10. And they can make the first 2 bosses of the game a breeze. So something to consider next time you are making a Dark Souls character. Especially like if you're going with the strength build, because you can kill the Asylum Demon off the jump and go ahead and pick up that Demon's Great Hammer if you're down with them demon weapons. Alright, so let's holla at Solaire.
Hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange?
Yes.
Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the
I find that very strange, sir.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a...
You didn't scare my character anyway.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Let's do it.
Pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
So there's
We
the
are
White
only
Sign
strange
Soapstone.
beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
So there was a famous line. If only I could be so grossly incandescent. Oh, fuck. We're gonna get so killed, dude. There's no way. There's no way. Grenade buddy. Grenade buddy invaded us. And actually, I ran down here thinking about where to go, how to deal with this, and then I thought, this was actually my thought process here. My thought process here was, this guy's gonna kill me. It's gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run back so it's easier to get back to my souls. But what I hadn't thought about was I hadn't kicked the ladder yet. So I try the fire bombs here. I figure it's worked on everything else, and she throws a firebomb back at me. Hey, you guys see, I was trying to get a sip of Estus here. You see, look at how little damage I'm doing. There was no way. There was no way that I could win that fight. It's just showing the ring of the evil eye. That ring is garbage. It just doesn't really hardly even seem to work. You get back some HP from kills. In Diablo terms, there's the ladder. That's when I realized, I was like, fuck, what was I thinking? But in Diablo terms, Ring of the Evil Eye, you would think it's like life on hit or life on kill, you know? And it just, you're supposed to get back HP from fallen enemies, but I haven't seen it really work that well. You don't get back that much HP. So it's not really worth it. You can pick it up in the depths. So what we're doing here is, this is going to be pretty much the end of the video, guys. We're just doing a little run back. Grab up our souls. And then we'll probably just do some leveling. And bring this part 2 portion of the Dark Souls experience to a close. Go ahead and grab ourselves a free 555 souls here. What the fuck? Breathe fire, stupid fucking dragon. Fuck it. Fuck it. That is a way you can farm for souls early on, though, guys. And I think that I'll probably actually show that for just a minute in a later video. But if it's your first time playing through the game, that can be a useful tool. But on subsequent playthroughs, souls are much less of an issue. It is possible to beat this entire game just being soul level 1. That's something to keep in mind, you know? Let's see what I'm going to do here. Get myself a little bit of vitality, endurance, strength. And that should be good for now. So anyway, guys, that is going to bring this part of the playthrough to a close. I'll be back with part 3 real soon. As always, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one. And keep on gaming hard.